So I'm not the most experienced when it comes to things like NFTs or blockchain. I personally find that shit to be really confusing, and no one's been able to accurately just explain it in a way that's easy to digest without you having either experience it for yourself. So I feel like it's a weird topic, but that's not going to stop me from talking about it, and at least in the context of what I saw on Twitter. Yesterday I was on Twitter and I saw this tweet from Dr. Disrespect. I don't follow, but I do follow the gaming section on Twitter. And he was talking about, let me just show you. So yeah, here we go. Imagine trying to extract with an item you discovered worth $100,000 on the blockchain. Think about the entertainment value as a viewer, let alone a player. A new PvP experience is upon us. So immediately, my senses are going wild because I'm like, this sounds like a scam and a bad thing. But don't worry, because he says, people saying scam and ugh are just brain dead headline followers. Same people that spend a ton on skins for an annual release game, same skins everyone has too. Now, maybe I am one of those brain dead headline followers, but he didn't really explain why he wanted or how it would work because it's exciting to him, but he doesn't really give any more details. And that's kind of the problem I always have anytime anyone brings up NFT games or blockchain games or whatever. They just talk about the applications and its future possibilities, but they never explain how it's going to actually be implemented. Like, they just use words like it's exciting or I can't wait or it's, it's going to change the game, but it's like empty words. They never actually say, how does it work? And I'm not the only person who feels that way. There's a guy who responds to him. I don't understand the value of having digital item being stored client-side on a blockchain versus an item being stored server-side, like CSGO skins. Do you think you could elaborate on why the value of blockchain item exceeds traditional means? Valid question. To which Dr. Disrespect says, multiple game platform functionality. Imagine having a digital collectible that has functionality in a completely different game that comes out 7 years later. And if that sounds like just a bunch of buzzwords with no meaning, kind of what it is, that multiple game platform functionality. Functionality in what sense, right? Like, he says, imagine having a digital collectible that you can, that's functionality in a completely different game that comes out 7 years later. How would that work? What functionality? If I buy it, he mentions skins for games. So if I'm playing like Fortnite and I get like the, Naruto skin, is that skin now going to transfer to like my Call of Duty game? What functionality would that serve? And again, I'm not a programmer, but I would have to assume games would have to then be programmed in a way to which you could do that. But I don't see the value of anyone putting like $100,000 worth of items in a video game off the off chance someone gets it and then wants to transfer it to a different game. Like, they don't really explain how that works. And I don't see any developer jumping on that to be like, hey, let me code this game so that you bought a game 7 years ago and it's still going to work, because it's not like technology changes and advances and in 7 years we'll still have the exact same systems in place. They don't really explain anything. And that's my biggest problem when I see like people, especially big names, promoting stuff like that, because they can get people into it just off the name alone, but like there's nothing of value really there. And if you guys are smarter than me and know how this works and can explain it to me, great, please do so. But to me, this just seems like, like a scam. Like, again, why would you put $100,000 worth of anything on a video game? Like, at least if I buy like Overwatch loot boxes, I'm making this purchase. I know that this costs $20 to be like 100 boxes, and these are just digital items that have no real world value. But if I'm going to put real world value into it, then why would it be stored on the client side and not, on the server side? Why would I want to buy something in CSGO and then use that thing in a completely different game? How would that work? What benefits would that have? And it's a digital collectible, okay, but what happens if I, no longer have access to it? Am I out the money? Like, do I get a refund? Is it refundable? Will it have the same value 7 years from now? Will people even give a shit? Like, there's so much that we don't know about, or I should say for myself, that I don't know about this, that I'm always questioning, like, why do they think that people want this? And again, it's not just me. Like, a bunch of people in the comments, this is from 9volt. He's like, I thought everyone had decided this is a dumb idea already. It is kind of a dumb idea. And he's just talking about like, The idea of having an item that you own and can transfer to any game is kind of a cool idea to imagine, as long as you have, you know, absolutely nothing about how game development works and think games are magic. Like, yeah, because I'm getting, no one would want to do that. People that haven't made software or games before don't understand that transferable items aren't any easier with the blockchain. It's an understandable mistake to make if you don't know how these things work. Who on earth wants some virtual garbage doodad to pop up in a different game 7 whole years later? That's it. That's what was missing in Modern Warfare 2 playthrough. A knack hat. Actually, making a knack hat would be kind of baller. Yeah, convince me that NFTs are worthwhile. They're using the word imagine. An actual good use of NFT blockchain would be to make my ownership of a digital game into a token I could then resell. I wonder why no publisher seems to be jumping at that. I mean, that's probably a whole just can of worms in terms of like reselling something you purchased in a different game. Like, if that's the thing too, like let's say I bought, again, we're talking about skins, I bought a skin in CSGO and now I'm playing like Fortnite. And I want to like redeem that. Is Fortnite responsible for that since I didn't purchase it there from Fortnite? Like, if I traded in 49% of equal value, like, would they take that? Like, there's so many questions I have, and they never answer it. They never go into detail about this, like, not once. But also, you know what? I'm not Dr. Disrespect. He probably has more information than I possibly could. So let's go to his Twitter and see if he's responding to questions, because I'm sure there's like lots of questions there. All right, so NFT blockchain gaming. I thought you were better than that. Was looking forward to your game. Should have known better when you dropped exclusive NFT tokens for it. LOL. What an idiot. Okay. Happy to see this concept slowly permeating into the wider gaming space, slowly but surely. Concept of technical advancements. Yeah. Okay, so nothing really explaining what's happening. Maybe I should go back into the other thread and maybe he explains it more there. The one he called the person an idiot for questioning that. Nope, just people. Just if NFTs, like these people say, the majority of the player base might not even know NFT is. A lot of casual gamers out there. It's really not hard to learn. Hence, mentioning something in a game like a AI or something where people can learn more while it's into it. That makes no sense. He doesn't realize that anything in a game he has, he can sell to others or show off that he took out a certain player. People stay sleeping. And yeah, okay, so it's just people trying to get his attention. I don't see Dr. Disrespect responding anywhere. So that's cool, I guess. That's just, again, anytime they're questioned on it, their response is just to call someone an idiot and nothing further. But if you want me to get excited about this, should you not then explain why I should be excited about this? If I have a legitimate question like, hey, how does it work? We don't see NFTs working well. If you guys saw my video about the Bored Ape Yacht Club and their whole Dookie Dash thing, there's a guy who lost money, a lot of money, trying to play that game because someone stole his wallet. And now he's out $2,300. Like, they never explain how it actually works other than you can make money. And I'm like, so if this is just a game to play just to be capital, just to make capital, why not just buy a lotto ticket for $1? Low risk, high potential reward. Why am I buying a video game and then trying to make money from that game? That's never gonna work. Like, I don't know if that's maybe just me, but that's never gonna work. People don't even play games that long. Like, games die pretty frequently, unless they're like a MMO or a battle arena. And even then, you have to be really good to have longevity. If you start introducing mechanics like this, you are going to invite the downfall of your game. Like, but again, that's just me. Maybe I'm wrong and stupid, and that's totally possible. But I just feel like if you're going to try to get people excited about this, and anytime someone asks you a question, you just call them an idiot and nothing further, or you just use buzzwords like imagine this multi-platform functionality. You can buy something in one game, then 7 years later use it again, without explaining how that actually work and what the actual value of that is. If I bought something in a different game, how would the function remain the same? If I bought a skin for a gun and now I'm playing this game that doesn't have guns, can I only play certain games? Can it be made by the same developer? Like, because then we kind of just run into like the amiibo situation, right? Or the Skylander stuff, where you just, here's a toy you bought, that if you purchase it in certain games, you can now use that in the game. You can carry this with you. Like, how's that any different? But again, leave a comment, explain to me. Maybe again, I'm dumb. Explain to me how this is any different.